Willow Creek Springs presents Healthy Living with your host, Joe Grumbine.
Well, hello and welcome to the Healthy Living Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Grumbine, and today I will be just hosting the show. I want to thank everybody that's been supporting the show. We've been growing a lot, and if you've been listening, you realize that we've had a huge number of new guests and a select number of returning guests, and it's really the community starting to grow. Just the way I had hoped and envisioned that it would. And I've been getting a lot of inquiries from people that are listening to the show going, "What's up, Joe? How come you don't talk about Gardens of Hope?" And, the truth is, for everybody who knows me, I've been battling cancer and spending a lot of time and energy on that. And, I'm putting a lot of energy into Gardens of Hope. It's additional energy to talk about it. But I realized that I haven't been putting a newsletter out. I really haven't been doing anything to let people know what's going on out here. So I thought it's time. That might not be real long episodes, but we'll see where we go. So I'm going to give a little update best as I can right now. And for those of you who don't know, Gardens of Hope is a 501c3 nonprofit botanical garden located in Perris, California. And we offer therapeutic horticulture and education to those in need. And we specifically work to make all of our services for free for veterans. And, we do all kinds of great things out here. And it is all tied to healthy living and the healthy living community. And frankly, I should be talking about it more. So let's just look at some of the things in a nutshell, because I'm assuming plenty of you who are listening right now don't know the first thing about it. So we do have a website, thegardensofhope.org, and I'm working with a small team on updating the website, making the calendar accurate, and we're going to be putting posts out. If we do have a newsletter that we're assembling right now, and you can sign up for that on the front page of the website down on the bottom. I encourage you to do that because that's where we'll be sharing most of the new information as it comes out. Programs that we currently offer include an ecotherapy program, which is put on by the Perris Valley Family Behavioral Clinic, and sponsored by the Riverside County Department of Mental Health, or I think it's just the Department of Health. Anyways, I worked with their director, Thaddeus Wiki, in developing this program, and generally it involves a 9 or 10, I think it's a 9-week closed program where they bring in patients for 9 weeks in a row, and they go through a series of exercises, activities, and the gardens provide not only a venue, a location to do some of these activities, which often include walking in nature and writing things down, making little art projects, all kinds of things. And also, we provide activities for the patients as needed. So sometimes we work together and we plant or clean or transplant or any number of things. And we connect it all to the things they're working on. And, really therapeutic horticulture is all about the notion that being in nature enhances any therapy. And being in nature is therapeutic all by itself. And it's not so much that Gardens of Hope, the location, is exclusive to this. It's getting you to recognize, go out in nature yourself, go to the beach, go to the park, go to the mountains, go to the desert, go someplace where plants grow and animals live, and and preferably a place that has some water. That's generally a sign of a healthy spot of nature in some way or another. And so that is a program. And if you're local here, you can reach out to the clinic um, for more information. And if you're not, we're looking to engage with other practitioners, other clinics to the area, local to the area. And this is something that, is done in person. So you'd have to be close enough to drive here regularly to make that happen. Next, we have the PALS program, which is an acronym for Pathways for Adult Life Skills. And this is through the Perris Valley High School District. And it's essentially 18 to 21-year-old special needs kids that are, I think they're funded by the state of California to get job and life skills training. And they partner with various companies and organizations. And basically, they provide volunteers, and the company provides some training. And we've been doing this now for, I believe, going on 3 years. And the program took off, expanded quite a bit. We had a number of volunteers helping out a year and a half ago or so. And then I got diagnosed, and we had to shrink things back. And eventually, we had to take a little hiatus for a few months while I was recovering. And we restarted a couple of months ago, and we're starting off slow, and we're working on training some new volunteers that want to commit to being a part of this. They come out here every Thursday morning, and we love working with these guys. We were working with a group called Inclusion Advocates for a while, and we may restart that program at some point. And they had a similar program, but it was an older, I think it was 20 to 50, and they had some fairly severe cases. But again, everybody that's come out here for, um, when it comes down to whether it's education, therapy, or whatever, it's really been great and better than expected. We also have hosted numerous workshops here from, indigenous medicine tools to planting. We have a small permaculture farm, and we grow vegetables, herbs, microgreens. And as my health improves, I'll be offering more and more classes and workshops. So that's been a little sparse lately, but we've had other groups come out. We've had yoga workshops. We've had sound baths out here. We've had tool making workshops and others, Reiki workshops, all kinds of stuff. And so, again, if you're an instructor and you're interested in hosting any sort of a class or workshop, and it doesn't necessarily have to be health oriented because education is also a focus, but clearly anything that has to do with health will be enhanced. We're also working with a homeschool network, and we've donated a section of our land as to use for this group, and they're in the process of constructing a self-watering raised bed garden project, and they're in the process of getting certified to teach classes and workshops to get credit for charter schools, and that's going to open up a number of doors for funding and expanding programs. They have set up one raised bed that has yet to be planted, but it's in place, and we're a little bit on a hiatus while we're waiting for their approval, but they're always welcome to come out here and work on their project. Um, we're in the process of coordinating a women's group that will be, if it works out the way it looks like, it's going to be a monthly activity. It's going to involve an herbal tea setting where we'll be harvesting tea herbs from our garden and making tea for the ladies. And then a temazcal or sweat lodge, and that's one of the services we offer. And then some demonstration of a skincare um, technique or product or both. And it'll be sort of after the sweat, you're going to get a little bit of a spa treatment. And so we're working the details on that out currently, but that'll be upcoming hopefully soon, less than a month or so. We have also hosted numerous retreats, private and group retreats. We've done, excuse me, excuse me, we've done some small family and very small group retreats of just 1 to 2 people um, for a day or 2 days. We've also done some group retreats, numerous ones, and they can involve anything from spiritual groups, plant medicines, um, sweat lodge, any number of activities. Usually it's tent camping as we're working on getting some different amenities available, but for now it's it's tent camping and just being here for the duration. We have volunteer days and volunteer programs. A lot of the volunteer activity has been kind of one-on-one as my strength and abilities have been diminished recently, but as they grow, we'll be putting on more and more group events. We have a lot of group events and activities planned and are in the planning stages, I should say. Our calendar on the website is fairly accurate, and it's accurate as it is, but it's we're working on keeping it updated as new activities and events are being scheduled. Um, we have a small farm that requires a lot of care. We're getting ready to begin a project of planting a significant number of tea herbs and edible herbs and medicinal herbs. And this has always been part of our um, plan and program. And we're working on fundraising for, um, sorry, I'm saying a lot, but it's my chemo brain right now. Uh, Working on fundraising to secure the required uh, resources necessary for that. And that includes seeds and plants and pots and tools and volunteer time and all of that. So remember, we're a 501(c)(3) and we can give a full tax write-off for any donations, whether it's a service donation, a cash donation, a donation of tools or resources. All of those things, we're not asking for something for nothing. We're going to give you back not only a tax break, but generally anybody who participates here has access to all of the plants and soil and microgreens and things that we offer. We always send you home with something as well. Um, so as far as volunteers go, we've got to sign up on the website. We also are in the process of scheduling a monthly event that will involve a 2 to 3 hour volunteer workshop. And then we love to share a potluck meal and fellowship. So there will be that involved. And then probably will be offering some sort of an art project activity afterwards. So it'll be a most of the day event that you can show up for part or all. And uh, in exchange for your volunteer time, we are able to offer some of the good things that this garden has to offer. And then we have our microgreens program, and we recently received a grant to fund an indoor microgreen setup. It's a small research and development size, but it's opening the door for year-round microgreen production and making the workshop and microgreens available for veterans free of charge. And so we've purchased a number of seeds and received a number of donations of equipment, and we're in the process of planning and preparing for that. We're expecting by the year's end, at least to have a basic system set up and begin production there. We will be scheduling this workshop. The workshop's going to include uh, basically start to finish how to grow microgreens for yourself as for personal use or possibly even a business. We will offer hands-on. We'll walk you through the whole program that we have, give you microgreens to try out, and we'll also be providing all of the workshop participants with a tray setup and soil and seeds so that they can at least set up one tray of their own, and we'll also have available additional seeds and trays, etc. So these are all things that are actively in motion. We're working with a number of facilitators and instructors on setting up some new courses and workshops. We're looking forward to all that. And as the time progresses, this is going to unfold a lot. So, like I said, this is a sort of just a really bare bones update as my sort of feeble right now brain is able to set out, but we're excited. We have a lot of people that are coming around. We've been given garden tours. We're looking to establish partnerships with organizations and companies, and end of year's coming up. We're finalizing a donation flyer. So if you're a business or know of a business, a lot of times a business will set up some kind of a matching donation for employees to select nonprofits, and certainly we welcome that. And it's also if you're a small business or a large business or an individual and are looking for that year-end tax write-off, we can offer that as well. So this is all available. We're registered with Candid, or they used to call it GuideStar, on a platinum level, which means we're fully transparent. We're vetted through them. And if you want to look us up, we welcome that. There's a link on the website for that as well. So again, thegardensofhope.org. We're on Instagram, YouTube, and the website is and I guess Facebook too, our primary points of contact. We've got phone numbers, emails, volunteer signups. We can also satisfy community service hours, and we're in the process of working with some interns. So if you're interested in any of these things, please let us know. And I think I'm going to cap this episode short and keep it to where hopefully it's cogent enough for you to listen to the end. I want to thank everybody that's made this podcast possible and all of your support. And remember that there are subscriber episodes and ways to support this through subscription. And if not, listen, talk about it, share the link, let people know about the Healthy Living Podcast. Thank you all, and we will see you next time. This has been another episode of the Healthy Living Podcast. We produce this show so that people can share their stories, people that have overcome obstacles, people that are undergoing obstacles. We're building a community of health-minded individuals. If you're interested in supporting the show, please leave a review on the platform you're listening to it on. If you're interested in becoming a guest, please send an email to itsjoegrumbine@gmail.com, or you can send a note into the notes section of the podcast. All right. Well, thank you for supporting this show, and we hope you've enjoyed it.